Jim Miller, after the Pioneers sweep Gannon today by scores of 11-2 and 11-3, joined by head coach Brandon Steele. And coach, in that first game, Gunnar Becker 4 2/3 innings, got the win with 3 strikeouts. Added some runs late. It was a 3-2 ball game, 5-run fifth, a 3-run sixth. Getting some hits really blew that game.
We had some situational hitting that came through for us. That's been something that we've struggled with the last few weeks, and that's been a point of emphasis for our guys, is finding ways to drive guys in from second base and third base. And obviously Gunnar pitched well enough to keep us in a situation where it was a 1-run game. And fortunate for us, we took advantage of some hit by pitches, some walks.
In between the 2 games of the doubleheader, there were 22 walks that your batters drew in 12 offensive innings.
Right.
And from a patient standpoint, from a manufacturing runs, from a get the next, keep the line moving, that's got to be perfect.
Yeah, obviously, you see that many freebies, you think you score more runs, but part of it is our guys were committed to the plan. They were taking their walks to hit by pitches, and their pitchers made a couple of big pitches to kind of get out of some work, but we did end up finding ways to get guys across the plate, and that's what it's about. It's about a team offensive approach. It's not just one guy doing it all, and I think they did a really good job of committing to that plan today.
Dalton Martin, 8 plate appearances today, 8 times on base, through 6 walks. He said right now it's just almost kind of, he's kind of working on his timing a little bit,
right,
getting a chance to do that in live game action. So,
right.
I mean, you've got to be thrilled with what he's.
Yeah, and for him to be as patient as he was today and take his walks and not, try to expand the zone to try and do too much with something that wasn't there, I thought was fantastic. And then he came up with a situation where he got pitched to hit with a guy in scoring position and ended up driving a couple guys in for us as well. So I think he did a phenomenal job with this.
Also, in that first game, he had 5 stolen bases, which is a school single game record. The team had 8 stolen bases in game 1, 4 in game 2. Is that something that, is that a reaction of personnel? You've got guys who can run, and if the situation gives it to you, a lot of steals of third in today's game. It almost seemed like that it was like the situation was offering it, and you take it.
Yeah, and that's something that we've made an adjustment the last 2 years. Is last year, we stole over 100 bases last year. Is trying to find opportunities for us to advance 90 feet to give ourselves an opportunity to be in scoring position. Obviously, at times it takes us up to the double play, but also can force what the other guy in the dugout's calling. If he knows we're going to run, we might see some more fastballs and put a little bit more pressure on the defense and the pitcher. And at times, it's worked out really well for us.
Second game, Trevor Lloyd came in, struck out 7 batters out of 7 outs, and he really picked up after he came in a tough situation, gave up a couple hits, and then he just shut the door. That's the kind of relief that you're going to need. To piece it all together and have a guy like that step up is big.
Yeah, and especially in a series where we're having 4 games in the course of 2 days, he did a great job of minimizing the length of our bullpen. Today, having to use him just after Flesher, it gives us some great confidence tomorrow as far as our starters and having guys in the bullpen. So just what he did, let alone the strikeouts, 7 strikeouts and 2 in the third. The fact that we have guys in the stable for tomorrow is fantastic for us.
Working some new guys into the lineup, Fuzzy Fur, Luis Ezra, Brandon Trammell. They're starting to get comfortable. They're starting to know what their roles are in the lineup.
Right.
And Ezra had 5 RBIs in game 2 today, 2 big hits in the game.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for them is sticking to committing to an approach that's going to benefit our entire team offensively.